welcome back to my channel. So today I have a review of the latest release from Marc Jacobs. It's their new Daisy Wild. I'm going to be letting you know what this smells like, my first impressions, and run you through the rest of the Daisy range because I haven't done a video on them for a while. If you are new here, then hello, welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos like this on new releases, ranges, perfume notes, perfumers, so do check out my other content. And if you're a regular viewer, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up, that really helps me. And I'll leave the links to where you can get this all around the world down below in the description box. I bought it from Look Fantastic, where you can get 21% off in the UK with my code LFTF Soki. Cool, so this new Daisy Wild, for some reason, seems to have been out in the US, like North America, for quite a few months, and in Europe, but for some reason it's only just launched in the UK. So I know that lots of you have been messaging me asking me to review it. I have finally got it for you guys, as I said I would. So if I give you a quick rundown of the Daisy range, there are so many different flankers and versions and limited editions. I think it's quite a confusing range for people. So just to break it down in terms of the permanent lines, like not the limited editions, you obviously have Original Daisy. Original Daisy is an eau de toilette, comes in the transparent bottle with the yellow liquid in, and it's a feminine, sort of fresh, aquatic-y violet perfume. So violet is a slightly powdery note. It's a super feminine note. It's used in things like lipstick, eyeshadow. It's that smell of like very feminine products. Daisy was created by Alberto Moreales, a perfumer, and he is one of the top perfumers in the world. He's created loads of famous fragrances. I do have a video all about him. And in general, Daisy, I find it's very fresh, light, and personally I think it's awful for lasting and projecting, and I think Daisy is a massive waste of money. I think people buy it for the bottle and stuff, but if you want a fragrance that you can rely on, I don't recommend Original Daisy Eau de Toilette, but I know it is a very popular fragrance still. I think it's nice for maybe a young girl, for school, things like that, but it's just not something you smell on people. I have never said to someone, oh, what are you wearing? And they've said Daisy. They did have Eau de Parfum versions of it, but they seem to be discontinued, and they did have an intense version which I liked because it was really strawberry, but that isn't on their website anymore, so I think that's discontinued as well. So we then have Daisy Eau So Fresh, which comes in the taller bottle. This is a fruity, super fresh perfume. It definitely does what it says in the name. It's got pear, raspberry, lychee, very, very almost sharp, fruity, super fresh opening, the kind of thing you'd wear in very hot weather. And it's slightly green as well, kind of naturey. Again, I find this is terrible for lasting, but it is a very fun scent. But for me, it performs kind of like a fresh, fruity body mist or something. I do actually really like the scent of it. I do love fruity scents. It's super fresh, but it's very, 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 very light. We then have Daisy Dream. Now, for a while, Daisy Dream disappeared off all websites, and I assumed it was discontinued, though I've just seen that it is on the Marc Jacobs website. So it may be that they've brought this back, or maybe it was just out of stock, production issues, whatever. Maybe they've had to reformulate it because new rules come in all the time, regulations like banning ingredients, so maybe that's what happened. And this is like a wisteria perfume. It's more floral than the others, quite spring-like, relatively fresh. Personally, if you like wisteria lilac perfumes, I recommend a Drop de Izzy from Issey Miyake. It's way better for lasting. And again, there was an intense version of this, which was a bit like creamier, sweeter, but that is definitely discontinued. So that then brings us on to Daisy Love. This one I prefer to the previous releases. I find it performs a bit better, and it's the only one that actually has a daisy note in it. Original Daisy doesn't have a daisy like fragrance note in it. It says the main note is cloudberry. To me, this basically is like a raspberry, strawberry type scent. It's quite sweet, but I do find it performs better than the others if you like your sweet raspberry style perfumes. And then they do one called Marc Jacobs Love Oh So Sweet, which is like even more like sugary sweet. If you like things like Aquilina Pink Sugar, those like really sweet fragrances, you'd like this. It's like almost like candy. And then more recently, they released one called Eau So Fresh in the orange bottle. This is again another one I quite like. It's very orangey. It's got mango, pineapple in, and lots of orange blossom. The main note here is that orange blossom, but the mango, pineapple are detectable, like they add a slightly tropical feel. So it's quite a fun, fresh, orangey perfume. But again, it's really quite light. So those are all the current versions that are on the Marc Jacobs fragrance website. There must be at least 50 other limited editions that have come out and stuff, but those are the current like permanent lines. And now we have Daisy Wild, which I understand is permanent. So of course we've got the big plastic flower cap, which the Daisy fragrances are famous for. And this is an eau de parfum. Now it says the top note here is banana flower. I certainly don't get the scent of banana. I do kind of get like the skin of a banana, like if you're in a supermarket and you're near the bananas, it's kind of like that. It is actually like being in the fruit section of a supermarket. It feels a little bit green. That's probably because there's a hint of vetiver in here. And then it has a jasmine heart note. Jasmine is good for helping perfumes last, which is probably why this is an eau de parfum. And it really reminds me of a lot of different like limited edition Escada summer fragrances. It's fresh, green, floral, very like spring-like. The green colour really reminds me of spring in the branding, and it feels appropriate. And it is a nice scent. I definitely think if you write like Original Daisy, you'll like this. It's of the same kind of line. Fun, pretty, easygoing. It's definitely light. This is not something that's going to last for hours and that everyone's going to smell on you for hours. I just sprayed it then and it's already really quite subtle on my skin. So again, I'd recommend this for someone who likes very light perfumes, or for like young children, teenagers, something to wear to school. It would be appropriate. And it is a fun bottle. So is it Soki approved? It's not a perfume. I like the scent, the smell, but because it's so light, it's not something I would pay money for, even though I obviously did buy this for this video. This is the 30ml size and it cost me £60. This is definitely not a good use of £60 if you want a perfume. So I'm gonna say that it's not Soki approved because it's just not good use of your money. Kylie just released one of her summer vacay in a bottle fragrance that also has a banana leaf note in it, which is much better for lasting than this. I noticed they do a 10ml, which is £20. The 50ml is £85, the 100ml is £115. I just think that is too much money for something that is effectively like a nice body spray. But I imagine it will still sell well because people will love the bottle. I know people collect these and it'll be something that people want for Christmas, etc., for their birthday. That's fine. But from my point of view, it's not something I'd recommend if you're looking for a new perfume and you have £60 or £100 to spend. But it is a nice smell. Like, it's not a boring smell. It's just, I just wish it was 4 times more better concentrated. And I guess, the marketing for this has been huge. I think all the money is spent on the marketing, on the bottle, because to make a custom bottle like this would be quite expensive, and it's not, the money hasn't been spent on the quality of the fragrance. In my opinion, I don't know. I don't have a lab to test it, but that's my opinion. That I would guess is what's happened here. So guys, let me know what you think. I'm sure lots of you have tried this now. Do you like it? Do you agree with me? How do you find the projection and longevity? Do you think it's worth the money? Let me know your thoughts below, and let me know your favorite of the Marc Jacobs Daisy fragrances, current or discontinued. I do read all your comments, so let me know your thoughts below. But that's it guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.